I'm kind of stopping to believe in free will a little bit because I'm just like, man, like maybe you are just experiencing what your soul has to experience for you to grow as a person.
Don't lose the war that nobody knows about, because the moment you do, you'll be left with nothing.
The reason why I would speak to people for so goddamn long is because I knew when I went back to my car, I'd be alone and be in my own thoughts. And I was afraid to be there.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. This episode is brought to you by Evermore Water. If you are here, please subscribe. We're trying to get to 10K subs by the end of the year. Leave a like, drop a comment. Really helps with the algorithm. We're back. Internal episode. How we feeling, Cousin Jake?
Cousin Z, how we feeling? I'm dealing with this fucking mic stand. I feel good, bro. I just caught a heavy glimpse of heavy feeling of nostalgia.
Why?
We've really been doing this thing for some while now, huh?
Yeah. This is episode 85.
Jesus.
We're 15 off of 100. It's pretty cool.
And you've obviously probably shot maybe 30 more episodes than me or something like that. Like 30
roughly.
more. But so I mean, for me, I bro, like let's just say we've gotten over 50 episodes in together. It's pretty fucking nuts.
Yeah, I remember when we were doing the Tubcast and we were talking about like yo, imagine where we're gonna be at on like episode 100.
Yeah.
You know, and like we're close. Like, I mean, are we gonna get there before the end of the year? 15 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be like right on time. That's about 4 months. We're in August. So
and you never know, bro.
100th episode might be like New Year's night. Watch, it'll fall on New Year's night. We'll be in Miami for our 100th episode.
Yeah, because it only can come out once a week. Because it doesn't matter how much we film. Because I was gonna say, like, we were at a point filming like 5 episodes in 3-day periods, but still, like, we'd only be dropping 1 episode a week.
Yeah, we would have to drop multiple in a week.
Wow. Yeah, I did not think that this podcast was gonna do this.
No.
Even you just saying like 10K subs, in the grand scheme of things, that's not that much, but YouTube, like, it's not a lot, but it is a lot. It just depends what perspective you have. Like, there's this story, I was listening to this guy, he was like talking about how he was hanging out with this dude who has this rich uncle, and this guy was learning how to fly, and this guy that was learning how to fly has $20 million, but his uncle is worth $700 million. So he had a beautiful day, went to go fly, was learning how to fly, landed the plane, was so happy, you know, it was just such a great day, until he saw his uncle's private jet, and immediately felt like he was such a piece of shit. And the passenger is like, bro, you're worth $20 million. But because he was comparing himself to the guy worth $700 million, it didn't mean anything. Sometimes, but that's what we talked about today was, okay, we do have some followers now, and we do get we have a little bit of fame, some things that famous people deal with. We're starting to get recognized. We got some things going. But it is still, I think we don't necessarily completely appreciate it because it hasn't transferred to dollars just yet.
Yeah.
But it is pretty crazy to think about where we're at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's good.
No,
it's fantastic.
It's good.
Really,
yeah,
it's fantastic.
No, it really is. Yeah, I speak about that a lot. Like when I speak to people, I'm like, I mean, the clip that just went viral, you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone is telling us, like, telling me, telling you, like, how good we're doing and stuff like that, and we really don't feel like that. Just because, like, one, we know where our vision is for this, and, like, we know the heights that, like, we really want to get to. So it's hard to really even be happy about, like, what we've done so far. One, because, like, it's happened so seamlessly, and it kind of just feels like it feels right. Like, it just feels like what we're supposed to be doing. And we've kind of like we said, like, there's a lot of things that, like, in the beginning we used to get so happy about, and, like, we don't even talk about them anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's become so just mundane and so regular. So yeah, it's cool. I mean, I'm happy we're in a really good position. So
it's cool when your routine, when your everyday, when things happen in your life that you used to dream of and you kind of just brush it off like nothing even happened. The reason why that it's partly cool and it's partly not cool, but it is kind of cool just because there is a
I feel like part of that is sad.
part of it is sad. I guess maybe part of it is sad. Well, it just, again, it's perspective. It just depends which way you want to look at it.
Yeah, it's definitely perspective. It's just like I feel like we all do that. We set expectations and then we have these things that we want to accomplish and we think about them all the time, and then when they finally come, it's not you usually do not have that feeling that you thought you were going to feel when you thought about it initially. Usually once you finally get that thing, it becomes regular because of like what it took to get there. So it's like you deep down you really feel like, yo, I deserve this now. This isn't like a dream anymore. This is something that I've earned because of the pain that I've put in. So I think that's what kind of takes away from it, because it's like it's more of a like, damn, finally. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I got it, you know, and then it's what's next, because it's like, okay, I already knew what it took to get here, and then you're looking on to the next thing. But then there is a fault in that, because then that's how people stay out of the present moment and not enjoying the little things and enjoying the process, because we're always have our mind set on like, all right, what's next? What's the next goal? Like, this wasn't enough. You've said it on that episode a lot, like what's going to be enough? You know what I mean? Like, when is it finally going to be enough?
Yeah, well, you know what, man? Like, I think that I'm finding a lot of peace. Like, I'm finding the only place for enough. It sounds so insane. There's nothing I'm going to be able to buy that's ever going to be enough. I've just kind of figured that out. There's a reason. I was listening to Gary Vee. He was speaking on stage, and he was speaking to this huge group of people. Huge group, you know, that tens of thousands of people. And Gary Vee is like, listen, I've been in fucking apartments. I've been on the street. I've been in sports cars. And guess what? The shit doesn't make you happy. And now, that's a very nice thing for us to hear, but us people that haven't made money are like, well, you don't know me, Gary Vee, blah, blah, blah. But then I thought about it, and I was like, wait a second. He has been in these cars and shit. He has been in penthouses. And I heard the sincerity of his voice. And then I thought, and then it was just, it hit me right then and there when I was watching this video, because I was primed to hear it. I've listened to so much other people that have said money does not buy happiness. Money does buy freedom, which is beautiful, but it's still when you look at all of the millionaires that are fucking miserable, and then you look at all of the millionaires that have mental health issues, and then all the, you know, it goes on and on and on, where it's like, the point that I'm trying to get at, bro, is like, for us in our podcast, I don't think that our podcast success will ever make us that happy, because there's always going to be just a new goal. There's always going to be a new stepping stone. I think that's just the nature of the beast. I think there will be moments where we're proud, but it's not. Again, I think there's a difference between happiness and, let's say, the word joy. So, you know, you could strive for happiness, and happiness is, you know, you spend all the money on the table, and you hook up with a hot girl, and you have a good night with your boys, and you're happy the next day, and then you're kind of happy the day after that, and then it goes away. I'm more so trying to chase joy right now, just because, bro, it's not a secret. I can be someone that can be, what would be the word? I have an inclination towards mental health issues. And the way my personality is, the way my mood is, it's up and down, it's up and down, it's up and down. So I'm actually looking for more constants, and that's why I like the idea of joy, where I think that joy is just a constant. You're constantly happy. So the point that I'm trying to get at is that I don't think that there's any achievement, anything that we can buy that will ever make us happy. I think that happiness is actually an internal thing. I think you get happiness when you spend time with yourself and you learn to enjoy your time alone and you enjoy to appreciate the little things. And you and also, I mean, bro, like another far out point, but like I just really truthfully believe, bro, that the happiest place you can be is when you are connected to God. So that's like a deep place to go. But that's my take on happiness. Because we chased happiness for a long time, and it put me in a bad place. Because it was like we would look for these achievements with the podcast. We'd try to get these people on the podcast, and we wouldn't get them on, and then I'd be sad. So not only is happiness kind of fucked up, because if you do achieve whatever it is you're trying to, that's going to make you happy, if you do achieve that thing, it only leaves you happy for a day or two.
Yeah.
No matter what the thing is. And then what happens when you don't achieve that thing? Now you're sad indefinitely? You're indefinitely sad? That's where I think that this is, for me, is becoming just more purpose driven and less about what's in it for me. And that's a beautiful place to be in, bro, because I think that you and I are both meant to do this. I think we were born to have a message and have a voice and have a platform for all the people that need it. Yeah. And that's just a nice place to be in, because I'm not emotionally invested in this anymore. It's more so a calling.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah. Chasing happiness, it never usually works out in your favor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you said, I think it should be more purpose driven. You should be chasing a purpose. You should be chasing something that is actually tangible, and like something that lasts way longer than happiness, because you're going to feel a mix of emotions all the time. You're going to be happy, you're going to be sad, you're going to be depressed, you're going to feel anxious. You know what I'm saying? You're always like nothing. It's going to be an emotional roller coaster, especially when you are like chasing some type of dream and purpose and stuff like that. And I feel like what's got us in a bunch of predicaments that didn't make us happy is because you said like it's someone who is living like in service of God, right? Or like living, like believing in God, having faith and stuff like that. And a lot of the times, like when people are alone and they do feel a little lost or whatever, like they speak to God or the universe, or they'll have these thoughts in their own head. And a lot of that time, when you ask for something, you're asking for something because you think it's going to bring you happiness. And maybe in the long term it will. But that's why you do have to be careful what you wish for, because a lot of the times when you do wish for certain things, you'll get them, but it's not always the way that you envision it. It's not going to bring you happiness right away. You ask for something, you may suffer. You may to get that, you may have to suffer for a while. And when you're suffering, that doesn't bring happiness. You're gonna feel like you're going through it, and then you're gonna question like, why is this shit happening to me? But that is what you asked for, because whatever you believe in order to get that, it's like you had to go through that, you know? And bro, I mean, think about how many times, I don't know about you like personally, but bro, there's been so many times where I ask for something, or I say I want something, and it almost happens like by the snap of a finger. And it's never the way I thought about it. That's like, it's like me selfishly asking for things. Bro, my breakup, I got on the phone with you 3 days before the breakup. And I said, yo, if I could go back 3 years, I would have never got into this relationship. 3 days later, get my heart broken. In that moment when I was on the phone with you, I didn't think that was the way it was going to happen. I just put it out there. Boom. There you go. On this podcast, I said, yo, I want a radical change. Boom, something happens where I got a radical change. But it wasn't the way I envisioned it, you know? Because I think these things that I asked for are going to bring me happiness. But initially, they usually bring you some type of suffering, some type of pain.
That's a great point. Yeah, that's a great point.
And then what comes out on the other side of that is happiness. But you have to be willing to go through the shit to get to the other side.
Right, like you can ask for happiness and it will be brought to you, but it's not like it's like
there's a price you have to pay.
Yeah,
there's a price you have to pay with anything.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, that's just been something that I've like over time, as I've matured, as I've like really started like seeing things for what they actually are and looking at the bigger picture of things. Yeah, if you ask for something, you certainly will get it. And especially if you put the work in, but you're not going to get it right away. You're going to have to go through some real shit to be able to get there.
What did you just say? You just said everything has a price.
Yeah. What's the price you have to pay?
What's the price you have to pay? Yeah, that's beautiful, bro. That's something for me that I've realized as of late. I told you before the podcast, I am starting to just believe in fate. And I'm kind of losing my belief in free will, because I've been the guy that's tried to change things as much as I could. And I've seen circumstances that I should have had the power to change, things that I felt like I was in complete control. And 4 years later, and I couldn't do a damn thing about it. Mm-hmm. I couldn't do a damn thing about it. I feel like that's my financial situation. I tried very hard, bro. I moved across the country. I'm filming for all these people. I'm networking. I started my S corporation 3 years ago. You know, I've worked for all these different brands. I've signed different deals. There's nothing I haven't done in the videography space. And still to this day, money is a struggle, a very real struggle. And I'm sitting here with God, and you know, I found myself last night, you know, I had a financial situation last night. And I'm sitting there with God, and I'm just like, God, man, like, I wanted to be like, why? And then I instantly, as soon as I said why, I'm like, oh, It's just my curriculum. It's everybody's before life signs up for a certain path, and there's certain things that certain souls have to learn. And for whatever reason, I truthfully believe that God wanted me to have a very weird experience with money. I think God wanted to make the whole thing hard on me so I could find happiness in myself, in other things, happiness in friendships, happiness in relationships, happiness in meditation, happiness in God, happiness in all these things that are more real than the money, you know? It's been a very beautiful lesson for me. And it has made me not believe in free will, because I'm just like, God, I am trying my best to make money. We've sent thousands of emails. We've done so much. We've reached out to so many people, and still to this day. And what sense does that make? We're getting recognized in public often. Yeah. You know? Bro, we're getting messages from people that we're saving them from suicide. Don't we deserve some money? Where's the money? You know, people are out there making $1 million a month on OnlyFans, in my opinion, doing very toxic things for the society. We're giving back in a very real way. Where's our money? So I stopped believing in I'm kind of stopping to believe in free will a little bit, because I'm just like, wait, man, like, maybe you are just experiencing what your soul has to experience for you to grow as a person. And last night when I got very upset, and I was like, God, why am I still dealing with things I should have been done with a long time ago? I felt like a presence immediately. It was like, this is your curriculum. Why? Like, I can't ask for someone else's test. I can't ask for anyone else's curriculum, because it's not tailored towards me. It's like me asking. It's like me going, if I'm a football player, asking for a tennis player's workout program. It's not for me. Mm-mm. So, long story short, I was even thinking, bro, about like the abortion issue. I know this is like a touchy topic, but like, bro, just between me and you, like, I was thinking about, you know, like, I am seeing a girl, I'm seeing a lady. She's very, also, bro, I'm starting to like crush on her pretty hard. I'm starting to enjoy starting to really enjoy her, which is very fun and very challenging. It's fun because it's challenging. Relationships are challenging.
Yeah.
But long story short, I thought about the abortion thing, because it was just, now I'm sexually active again. I'm back in the saddle. I'm not a fan of condoms, really, and I'm thinking, man, like, if I got her pregnant, like, what would I do? I don't really know her. We've only been talking for 3 weeks now, a month. And for a long time, bro, I didn't believe in abortion. I just didn't. I didn't believe in it, bro. Actually, I had some ex-girlfriends I would give shit about. I used to give people shit, and I think it was like this virtue signaling place, like, I'm better than you because I don't believe in that type of thing. And I'm like, bro, I can't have a kid right now. Like, if I get her pregnant, like, we're gonna abort this baby. But then there's another voice in my head that was like, you can't do that, man. Like, because I was just like, what? I saw this kid at the grocery store, and I was like, this is a beautiful kid. Like, that could be my kid, And long story short of this, of going back and forth on this issue, like, bro, driving myself kind of insane. I'm listening to Ram Dass, and he was speaking about every single thing that happens in your life is curriculum and something to work with. So it's like, bro, if you have the abortion, that's your curriculum. If you don't have the abortion, that's your curriculum. It's just, bro, I'm kind of becoming indifferent to what happens to me in my life, just because I understand how insane and crazy life is, that we spend our lives trying to avoid things because we think that they're these big scary things that we can't come back from, when in reality, you are trying to avoid that thing may stress you out more than just going through that thing, So what I'm just beginning to realize is, bro, I think everything is honestly kind of perfect. I don't really believe there are mistakes, and the only questions that I have is, why do people live such mundane lives then? And I haven't figured that one out. I don't know.
Yeah. I think, to like add to your point about when people avoid things, it just stresses them out more. I think when you have a problem in your life and you run from it, naturally you attract it even more, because you're always thinking about it, because you're trying to do everything to stay away from it, but subconsciously, because it's always on your mind, like, you're attracting that type of thing into your life, and then eventually, like, it happens. The things that are on your mind usually do come to reality in some way, shape, or form. So when it is that negative, that problem, that fear that you always want to run from, more often than not, if you think about it enough, that it's gonna come to life. It's gonna come to life, and that's like a scary thing, because then it really shows you the power of your mind, and the power that we really hold here. Because bro, like, I don't understand how people don't believe in that stuff, and don't believe that, like, I've said it before, like, everything is created twice: first in your mind, second in reality. And if like, what, like, I question, like, what is going on in a lot of people's minds? Like, what are you really thinking about? Because, like, we are very powerful beings, and, like, our minds, like, our thoughts are powerful. There's a lot of things that we can do positively and negatively. And then, like, to tie that into the free will aspect, like, I believe in free will to a degree. I believe there's free will in certain decisions that you make, but every single decision that you make has a script. So you have the free will to decide what you want to do, but doesn't matter. It's like Final Destination. If you decide to go this way or that way, like, it's still scripted. There is still a plan for you. And then there's going to be, like, little bumps in the road along the way, both way, whether you choose the good or the bad. But more often than not, like, what's for you is going to happen regardless. A lot of the times you can't change your situations. Like, I don't like I believe like a lot of these people that were like destined for greatness, like these people that have already reached these heights, like bro, it's because like they were put here to do that, like regardless of like the little like all the decisions that you spend so much time thinking about. Like think about all the small things that we sweat all the time. And like we've said it before, like when like we went to go interview J&R Choi, we're walking in the building, we look to our right, Billy McFarland's right there. And immediately we're like, well, one, we go and speak to him, try to connect with him. And then two, we're like, yo, why do we even sweat this stuff anymore? Yeah. It's like, why do we even stress? Because it's when you are aligned with your purpose and you do feel a calling and the things are just they're gonna happen to you. But it's more often than not, like I said in the beginning, it's never the way that you planned it. Yeah. It's never the way you planned it. All the things that we think about all the time. We set these plans and we have these crazy aspirations, these crazy dreams, all these things. And it never goes as planned. But eventually, like the pieces start to align and it kind of starts to make sense of all the things that we've already spoke about. Because I really do believe like, bro, there's power in our words and there's power in our thoughts. And the universe and all of these things are kind of aligned.
What's going on, guys? Hope you guys are enjoying this podcast as much as I'm enjoying this nice, ice-cold Evermore. I was going to get on here and try to do a bunch of salesy shit. Honestly, this water really is amazing. The company is amazing. To get one of these, go to evermore.com. There's a store locator on there. You can look up, what stores in your area, if it's Whole Foods or King Cullen or Wild by Nature or whatever it is. They probably got this. It really is amazing and keeps us hydrated, smooth, and feeling good throughout the summer. Yeah, it's a fast track. It's a fast track to taking control of your life for the better. That's what this is. I don't, like I said, I am becoming a believer that fate is just fate, but maybe free will, maybe a part of your fate is you picking up the book. Maybe that's like the part of you that is like, if you dive into the power of your mind, I would say like it was your time to do so. That could be fate right there. Yeah, I'm very happy that this is what we speak about. Because to me, bro, this is the thing. I was saying it. This to me, bro, is just. I haven't felt the best I've ever felt in my life, but like the most peace I've ever felt just came from speaking about these things. This is what I just enjoy most, I'm not faking this. This is what I really love to do. It's something I've been doing pretty intensively over the past 23 days of the social media detox. It's I actually enjoy it. So I'm very happy that this is what we speak about, because these are the even like even these conversations, they're I was at the gym today and someone was asking me how have you been? And I just didn't want to give him the same fucking story that I give everyone else. I'm great, podcast, this, that, YouTube, real estate. So I was kind of standing there just like staring him just dead in his eyes like, yeah, I've been good. It's been good. I could tell like normally I do overshare, which I talked about in the last podcast. Normally I would go into everything. I could tell he was like a little confused. And I was just like, yeah, I'm, to be honest with you, bro, like when you ask me how I am, I really am only right here doing this right now. That's it. I've really been enjoying, bro, my time alone, because I feel myself I feel myself like really working Yo, I've had nothing to do for the past 23 days.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's why I spent so much time out. But I probably have a nice 5 hours of social media time that I use for social media that I just sit and it's been so nice for me because I feel like I'm healing. I feel like I just got to a place, bro, where I was just constantly trying to avoid my mind. I just became like really afraid of my mind. Victoria Fox. Victoria Fox, we're doing a podcast right now.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I will talk to you later. I'm on my way to work. So
Okay. I'll text you. Bye. Speaking of the devil. Nah, long story short, bro, I'm just bro, about a month ago, I was not good Jake. You know, I was like really, really, really shitty Jake. And even at the beginning of this podcast, I found myself just like smiling. And it felt good. And I felt a month ago, the past 3 months, a lot of podcasts, I was just not happy. Yeah, just not happy, bro. Genuinely, like not happy, bro. I didn't have. I think it is because I placed too much of my happiness on the results, and we weren't getting any. So it's been so nice, bro, the past 23 days to be happy and do nothing. I feel free. You know, like it's a crazy thing to do something and immediately run right to social media and not enjoy the moment. Yeah. I've freed myself from that, bro. You know, I was telling you I was going to do like a collage when I came back to Instagram. I don't even think I want to do that. Because I'm like planning this collage thing. And it's like fucking with my peace. Yeah. It's like, bro, I don't want to. I'm over trying to convince everyone how great I am. I just want to be great. You know, that's where I'm at now. And because, bro, we're great. You know, I'm also over taking opinions from people because we know what we have. We know what we are. Anyone watching this, you know what you are. It's like, don't even ask anyone for their opinion. Yeah. Because odds are they're not going. You know they're just going to shoot you down, usually. And even if they try to boost you, let's say it's someone that really fucks with you, you could tell they don't really understand whatever it is that you're going after, and that'll like subtly fuck with you. So I've just became so much happier, bro, just because by removing my need for other people to say how cool I am, I gained how much I think how cool I am. And the peace from now, there's no breaking that. Because if you need other people to tell you you're cool, then you literally need other people to tell you you're cool versus like, bro, if you just think you're cool, you just operate that way. And I think that's something that we're just going to see moving forward over this next year. I think this next year is a breakout year. And I think that because we both love the podcast, but we are we are also just doing more than just the podcast now in life. I think that over the next year, it's just going to be really cool to just, instead of focus on the numbers, just focus on what Marie said. She was just like I know that the message is great, you know, and so the numbers will just come.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. There's no better feeling than not needing anyone. When you can really sit by yourself and be like, I don't need anyone. I know exactly what I want. I know exactly what I need to do. You don't need to listen to the opinions of any motherfucker that comes around.
Yeah.
It's not going to do anything for you. A lot of people just ask other people for advice or what's your thoughts on this, just to like almost like enhance or give them some more belief in what they already know to be true. But then, like you said, more often than not, those opinions and the words that people like say to you, bro, they're negative. Because, I mean, 99% of people aren't usually doing something worthwhile. And I mean, that's just the way it is. Not everyone can do something great. That's just not the way reality is. That's not the way everyone's mind is wired. So yeah, like you were saying, like, bro, like the opinions, you know, we've said it a million times on this podcast, like the opinions of people around you, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But like when you can really understand internally that like, yo, like I'm all I need. Like I don't need anyone else to do what I want to do. Nobody's going to understand my dream. Nobody's going to understand my purpose like I understand it. And then if you have to feel like you have to go and convince other people, you're not that confident in your dream. You shouldn't have to try to convince anyone about what you want to do in this life. And that's really at the point that we're at.
Yeah.
We're tired of fucking trying to tell, like, bro, I'm the same exact way, bro. I'm tired of talking about this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, I'm doing this. I'm doing the pod. You know? Bro, I'm tired of it. You know, it's the same thing, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like a robot.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, bro, why am I like, you really don't care.
Yeah.
You know? I really don't care the way you look at me, the way you think of me.
Yeah.
Why are we even having this conversation?
Right.
So I know when I need to talk to someone and when I don't need to talk to someone. And I'm a lot more reserved than you are, like when it comes to that, you know, like I'd be telling you, I'm like, bro, why are you talking to this motherfucker? You know, like, and like, bro, it's not being mean, you know, like people could be like, oh, like, it's like, just no, bro, you need to reserve your energy. You can't give your energy to everyone. There's energy vampires, like you've said in the past.
Yeah.
You cannot give your energy and you're fucking, cause bro, like you're only allotted like a certain amount of energy in a day. And if you're pouring into motherfuckers that are just taking that energy from you and you're not getting anything in return, bro, by the end of the day, you're going to be fucking empty. And you do that for a long enough period of time, you're going to be drained. You're giving out all your power. You can't do that shit.
I was using speaking to people. The reason why I would speak to people for so goddamn long is because I knew when I went back to my car, I'd be alone and be in my own thoughts. And I was afraid to be there. You know, so it's like, that's why I don't think it's a secret, over the past 23 days, I spoke about it a lot on the past podcast. I'm speaking about it now. I like being in my own thoughts. It's better. You know, I don't feel I'm not even that, but I said I stopped oversharing. I said that, like, I'm not, even the guy today, like I didn't want to talk about anything. I didn't want to, because I just felt, I'm at the time I was like, I'm working on myself. The place that I was afraid to be, I live now inside of my own mind. I live there, you know, because the more I spend in my mind, the place I used to be the most afraid to be, the more things I uncover and then realize it's not so fucking scary. Like now, like, but your mind is a very weird, we all have a bitch voice, bro, in that fucking thing. And you have to, you really need to make a habit of not listening to that goddamn bitch voice, because it is so seductive.
Yeah.
And it can just come in like that. You know, it's the first thing, bro, it's the first thing you hear when you wake up in the morning. Snooze. The first thing, bro. And it's so hard to combat. Everybody knows that voice. Everybody knows what the fuck that thing is. And like I'm just creating a relationship with that thing where I'm kind of seeing it for what it is, but it takes constant practice. It takes constant awareness, because people are identified with that bitch voice. That's why people make terrible decisions, is because that voice comes in and the mind is a good servant but a terrible master. And that's what happens when people identify with their minds. Is the mind is a bad master, so it's going to lead you to poor decisions. The mind is a good servant. It's supposed to solve math equations and do chemistry and have to-do lists and checklists and understand and learn phone numbers and have different relationships. It's beautiful. But it's supposed to be a servant. When your mind is doing every single decision for you, I need to eat cookies tonight. I need to watch the newest show tonight. I have FOMO. I got to go out to the club tonight. When your mind is doing that shit, good luck. Yeah, good luck. Good luck, bro, because it's going to lead you to absolute chaos and destruction. And that's why, like, for me, I just said, bro, like, even when I go back to social media, bro, I want to do this carousel and let everyone know how cool my past 30 days was. But I look at that and I'm like, but then it's all for nothing. Yeah. It's all fucking, bro, like I made it this far, like I can't. It's okay, bro. It's nice when people lose a lot of weight. It's nice when people do sober October. It's nice when people do 75 hard. But that's just fucking 75 days. And then what? You go right back to the same old bullshit? We're on the growth path, bro. Yeah. People like look up to us now, man. Yeah. They really do. And bro, I understand, like after 23 days of not being on social media and being bored, I've had a lot of visualizations of us speaking to Jordan Peterson, speaking to Gary Vee, on stage, traveling. I want to be deserving of all of that when it comes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. One of the reasons why people love Jordan Peterson is because they're like, oh, this guy is smart. This guy practices what he preaches. Mm-hmm. For the longest time, I wasn't that fucking guy, bro. I was not that guy. I was the complete opposite, and it felt so shitty. Yeah. The clip you just had, 6 million fucking views. By the way, most ever. So let's fucking go. 6 million, that's fucking retarded. Well, no, I hope no one hates that word. That's amazing. 6 million views. But, bro, that clip, you're literally like, it's a fucking terrible feeling when everyone tells you how fucking amazing you are, but when you put your head on the pillow, you're a fucking piece of shit. Yeah. And we were doing that every day. Yeah. Every day.
Yeah, bro, there's this really good quote that I saw. Mm-hmm. Don't lose the war that nobody knows about, because the moment you do, you'll be left with nothing. And that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Because you can put all you want on social media. You can say whatever you want when you're chatting, when you're at the gym, when you run into people at the store, when you go to the bar at night. You can do all this talking, right? But at the end of the day, the war, the battle that you're fighting in your own mind. Mm. And you know what it takes to win that war. Mm-hmm. Nobody knows what you're going through. If you lose that fucking war to yourself, to your own thoughts, you have nothing. You have nothing. And that's, bro, all the shit you just said, all those thoughts and this and the shit you go through, bro. Mm-hmm. Bro, that's the battle with this. Mm-hmm. These are two different things. Mm-hmm. Your conscious, your thoughts, they're all their own fucking people, Mm-hmm. They all have their own personalities. That voice in the morning, hit that snooze button. Yeah. That's a war with yourself. Mm-hmm. And the only way to combat that, like, truthfully, bro, it's discipline.
Yeah.
And discipline doesn't happen overnight. Discipline is something that has to be built up over time. Like, those are like calluses that you have to create. And, bro, bro, it's a sad place, but I mean, bro, a lot of people lose that war with themselves. Fuck going at other people. Fuck competing. Fuck sports and trying to outdo the next man. You can't even win against yourself. And that bro, that's the reality for a lot of people. They're battling their themselves every single day. They're not even worried about other people. They can't even fucking win against themselves. They have a war going on inside that nobody knows about.
And that was the fucking crazy part about social media is like I was battling myself, but I was also battling all the people that ever doubted me.
Yeah.
But I couldn't even tackle those people because I was just so busy trying to prove it to myself. Like you just said, how am I going to prove everyone else wrong if I can't even prove myself wrong? Because bro, like you said, like it's what you do when no one is watching. The only reason why I made it far in football was because, bro, I would just go hard, bro. I would go to the field at 11 p.m., bro. No cameras, no lights. We were playing JUCO. No one was fucking watching, you know? Okay. And there was a lot of times in my life where spiritually I was the same thing. I was meditating, reading, journaling, working out. Also, bro, like what I'm a new thing for me, spiritually, bro, is just practicing compassion and sending love. I'm like getting back into that because it's, you know, like compassion and love are two very important things for the spiritual path, bro. Because the practices are just practices, right? Like meditation and journaling is just a practice. That's all that is. But if you meditate all the time and you're gaining, you know, good things from meditating, right? You're understanding your consciousness, your awareness, you're working on your mind, but then you start throwing shade at people, it's like it just brings you right back down, you know? So if you're not compassionate and you're not sending love out and you still are meditating or reading books, you're going up, reading books, sending hate down, reading books, judging people down, you know? And you're doing this all the fucking god. And then let's say you skip a meditation, down, double down, you know?
Yep.
So
yeah, bro, negative actions and negative thoughts, bro, they compound.
Yeah.
They compound. And the same goes in the positive way, bro. Yeah. Like bro, you'd be surprised, you know, when you're giving love and you're positive and you're helping people, like good things fucking come into your life. When you're talking shit about people, when you're feeling bad about yourself, when you're doing all these like bad things, when you're doing like things that you know aren't good for you, fucking drinking, smoking, not getting sleep, bro, like your life starts to steer in another direction.
Yeah.
And people are like, whoa, how did I get here? It's like, bro, look at your actions for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
What do you think was gonna happen? You think your life was gonna level up?
Right.
Because you've been living like a piece of shit when you've been living like your lowest version of yourself? No. Yeah. It's not the way the world works, bro. And I mean, I just hope more people can tap into that. And I mean, as many people as we can help on here that gain something from these episodes and gain something from our clips, like that apply it to their lives. Got a text today saying like, yo, you've really made a positive impact on my life. Like that's cool shit, bro. Like we let a lot of that shit go under the rug. And I mean, who would have thought, bro, a year or two ago that we'd have fucking random people texting us and messaging us saying like, thank you, bro. So
the guy I saw in the sauna last night was like treating me like I was the Dalai Lama. You know? Was like, bro, thank you. You guys talk about real shit. Thank you. You know, like,
bro, the world's hungry for that, man. The world's starving for it.
But bro, that's what I was saying before about like, bro, I used to try to tell everyone how fucking spiritual I was, bro. Like now it's not a secret. You can check my YouTube history, bro. I'm 5 hours a day, bro, on some shit. You know what I'm saying, bro? I meditate every night. I meditate every morning. I read every morning. I do Wim Hof every goddamn night. I haven't missed a day.
Yeah.
I have 23 days journaling upstairs, bro. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. That was the nice thing about this YouTube shit was like I had to do it for the YouTube video, you know, it kept me accountable. But yeah, I mean, bro, that is our message, you know. And bro, I'm completely aware of it now. You know, I'm completely aware of like, bro, this generation needs a spiritual personal development voice. Who else is out there?
Not that many that can
That are doing it really, that are really doing it. There's a lot of people like 5 reasons you need to manifest.
Those
your
are the people that
reality.
are fucked up the most.
Of course, I mean, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, there's not many people that can deliver it in a way that the everyday person can receive it.
Yeah.
And the everyday person can relate to it. There's
And be
not that many
and be
out
honest,
there.
and be honest
and be
about
honest,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know a thing that we fucking lied about on
Yeah.
here.
No, we have not lied. Yeah. What's one thing we've lied about? Let me think.
Yeah, I don't know if we've blatantly just lied. Because I know there's a lot of people on the internet that are going into a video, going into some type of fucking post, blatantly fucking lying. I mean, hey, we may have promised you guys some things, and
We thought they were gonna happen.
they will happen.
Yes.
But just not when, I said it to start the episode. Not the way we thought it, or not the timeline that we had it. But, I mean,
Yeah. Where we at?
50. I mean, this was fire.
Yeah, keep it at that. Yeah, well,
like
let's
it.
do another one this weekend.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
like it, bro. That was
All right.
good.
Good stuff.
Shout out to Evermore.
Yeah, Evermore. Evermore believed in us.
Yeah,
That shit
first
is
one,
crazy.
man. First one.
Yeah. And the water is good.
Water's great, bro.
The
Great
water's-
product.
Yo, I know we like make the ads kind of funny, but like, yo, real shit. Like, if you made it to this point in the episode, like, we don't have a fee. This is all free. Please, if you can just type in Evermore in your store locator,
Put your zip
evermore.com.
code. Put your zip
just
code.
go buy one and just try it. I'm telling you, and it's good for you, bro. It's got great pH levels to it. I'm telling you, like it's good. There's good energy behind this water.
Good episode, man. Feels good to be back.
Nice. Cut.